Alright, so I have had a couple people ask me to do some videos of the work as it progresses on my vintage Shasta camper. I'm not going to make any promises how diligent I'll be about that, but we'll see how it goes. Main reason for doing this, there are a lot of videos out there that go into very, very detailed and in-depth restorations on these old campers. I'm not doing that. Okay, this is going to be a fix it, make it work, make it look nice, fix what's needed. I want to start using it. So be more of a real world makeover, I guess is what I'm thinking. Now before I start the tour, I'm going to go right here and insert some pictures because I've done a few things on it already. So I'm going to insert the pictures right here so you can see the very, very beginnings, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so there you saw the very beginnings. Now a couple other things I forgot to mention. I have a couple, well, let's say goals. I don't know. I don't know how this will work out or not. But as we go along with these videos or through my Facebook post or whatever, we'll keep track of the budget. I'll go ahead and tell the world I paid $600 for the trailer. My goal, my hope, we'll see how it works, is when it's all said and done to have $2,000 or less in this thing. So it's going to be a lot of do-it-yourself stuff. Pretty much the things I need for it, I need to be able to find at Home Depot or Walmart, and not buy too much expensive stuff to get it on the road. The other semi-goal that I have, today is June 11th of 2017. I hope to be camping in it by the end of July. Now it won't be restored or finished by then. By the end of July, to at least have it roadworthy, towable, and in an ugly state, at least usable. So we'll see how those goes as life and time go on. All right. So here we are. Actually, let me get back a little bit so you can see it in all of its glory. And as we walk around and go inside, I'll show you some of the details. The tires that were on it were extremely dry rotted. I'm surprised they held air until we got home. I got brand new tires. My son-in-law runs a tire shop, so I got a little bit of a deal. They did go ahead and sand and paint the wheels for me, which was a really nice touch. I have already taken the hubs off and greased the wheel bearings and put them back together. I just got to put the cotter pins in and put the caps back on. You can see there's a good bit of work on the siding. Well, actually, the main part of the siding here is in pretty good shape. This diamond pattern that's down here on the lower is pretty beat up. This is probably eventually going to need to be replaced, and there are a few spots that are going to need some woodworking behind it, some wood replaced. This door was a vent for where the refrigerator used to be, which, so the vent's going to stay, and hopefully one day we'll put another refrigerator in there. This was a vent, I believe, I'm not certain, maybe for the furnace, which is gone. The windows are almost all intact. As we go around, you'll see there's one or two pieces of broken glass, but the windows are generally in pretty good shape. All of the aluminum trim, for the most part, is in pretty good shape. As we go along, these are all going to have to be taken off, and there's butyl tape that you put in here for sealing to make certain it's watertight. Down here on this vent, this is the vent behind for the water heater. That is actually, believe it or not, still in there. I have no intentions of trying to get it working. But all this will have to be disassembled, get rid of all the expandable foam, and put it all back together. On the front, the rock guard is still here. The braces, both braces are broken, so I'm going to have to fabricate something there to hold the rock guard and awning up. All of the lights, this is what I was actually doing today, all the running lights, brake lights, tail lights, all have power to them. They all will work other than the right rear tail light. And when we go inside, I found both broken wires. There's one broken wire for the brake light, another one for the tail lights, and I found both those, so it'll be super easy to fix. All this will have to be redone. This is the trailer wiring plug. The wires work, but obviously I don't want to be towing it with everything just with age-old electrical tape holding it together. The LP line is still here. It's all solid pipe inside the trailer. Obviously, before I connect a gas tank to it, this is going to have to be replaced. I have no intentions at all of trying to run LP gas through that old rubber line. One nice thing that I just noticed today, and hopefully this will show up, you'll be able to see it. This is a C-rail beginning right here, and it goes to the back of the trailer. This is on the door side, and this is actually how the vintage awnings attach. The awnings have like basically a rope sewn into the end, and you slide the rope up in here and it stays inside the C-clamp, and that's how the awning attaches to the side of the trailer. So I was never noticed it before, but was excited to find out that I still have the C-rail there. Right here, that's one of the broken windows there under the rock guard, so I got a piece of glass I've got to do there. I will go inside in just a minute. Here's my one broken piece on one of the jealousy windows. Almost all the jealousy windows open and close the way they're supposed to. A couple of them stick, and I have to take them apart and clean them. Back here, this is the worst end of the trailer. Some butcher put in this window air conditioning unit. It has been leaking water. You can see they've tried to caulk it and seal it, but it's made a mess. There's some wood rot on the inside. This is going to come out. It's going to get a piece of sheet aluminum in it, just like it's on this side over here. So that will come out. We'll get it all sealed back up. This will be where the most intensive work is on this thing. I'm going to have to actually take the trim off, peel back some of the siding, and do some woodwork in there. And then again, get all this expanding foam out of here and get all this back to where it seals the way it's supposed to. All these lights, all the back lights, well, like I said, all the lights work. Some of them even still have the vintage starburst lenses and everything, so that was very cool. All right, let's go inside. Well, hopefully there is enough light in here that you can kind of see what's going on here. I haven't taken anything out. This is pretty much just the way it is. I got the table here that attaches right here. The leg folds down, makes the table. Then if you want to make it a bed, you drop it down and it sits right here. All of those pieces are still here. This is a nice little touch that I'm surprised, something you don't see every day. It has a built-in cigarette lighter running off a 12-volt system. Right here, may or may not show up in the lighting. Right here is where one of the broken wires was for the right rear tail light. So I'm going to, I've started here. I got a coat hanger running here so I can pull a wire through and make a splice and get that wire fixed. Hot water heater right there. I really have no intentions of trying to get that working. I will make sure we don't have any gas leaks or anything there, but other than that, I'm basically going to bypass it. But I don't want to throw anything away because, it may have value someday, or someday I might figure out how to fix it or get motivated. So I do have some wood rot here. These are actually relatively easy to replace. Again, I'll have to peel back the aluminum, take the molding off the outside and do a little woodwork here. Sounds intensive, but it actually hopefully won't be as complicated as it sounds. Right here is the bathroom, or used to be the bathroom. Under the piece of plywood is still the connection for the, what is a marine toilet, basically. I do want to put that back in, so I at least, not to be too indelicate, but at least have a urinal in here. The vents have been taken out many years ago and replaced just with clear plexiglass. There are aftermarket vents available that should fit right in, that are not terribly expensive. That is one of the things on my list to go ahead and do. As far as the bathroom here, probably we'll put a wall back in. And then on this side, what it had originally was a door, so I'll put some sort of door on there. And you can see remnants here. There used to be a shower curtain. No intention of ever putting any kind of a shower or anything back in here. So I don't know if I'll worry about the shower curtain, but I do at least want to get the toilet working. 12-volt lighting. I have not tracked down the wiring on that yet, so I don't know what it's going to take that going, but I don't imagine it will be too terribly difficult. Back here, linen closet, and then right under there would be where I think the furnace sat, but I'm not certain. If anybody's watching this and you have any tips for me, of course, please share the information. Over here is where the original refrigerator would have sat, and it would have gone in this space right here, plugged in right there, and it would be a small, basically like a dorm-sized refrigerator. That's one of the things I'm going to change. I'm probably going to take this shelf out, and I think maybe this shelf will have to come out. I'm not sure about this one. We do have the breaker panel and stuff's up there, so I'll have to do some measuring. But I would actually like to put in a small, somewhat, I say full size, a small apartment size refrigerator. I've done some measuring. It'll fit in here. They've got them at Home Depot for about $350. But that way I'll have a full refrigerator, freezer, and a place to keep beer cold, which is, at the end of the day, the most important thing about all of this. Over here, got the old stove, which, believe it or not, I think would actually clean up. I have no idea if it will work. If I can get it working, I want to keep the original stove because I like the vintage retro cool. The sink is under there. It's still intact. Back here is the water tank for just cold water, and the pump for the water. Eventually, that'll be something I want to get working. So I at least have a little water in here for flushing the marine toilet, maybe washing a couple dishes, washing my hands, brushing my teeth. It'll be about all I'd ever do with the water. Again, the air conditioner is going to go out. This, if you can see, I'm not going to pull it all the way out, but this drops down to a bunk bed. Down here, you can't see all the pieces. Now, they sort of improvised. Last owners just put this board across here and had plywood permanently placed across here. I'm going to change that back something to closer that was original and put a second layer here that slides out and drops down and sets here. So this area will be able to use either as a couch or as a bed, although I think most of the time it will be used as a bed. Because what happens here is going to depend on the refrigerator and how I get everything else to fit in there. Back here, this is the worst damage on the trailer. You can see there's a bunch of wood rot all rotten here. This is all coming apart. Here's one of the broken wires right here for the for that right rear tail light. The other one I said was broken all the way up front. Here's the other half of that. So basically, I just splice those back together and make the splice up front, and this tail light will be working again. You can see there's been some critters, squirrels or whatever, making themselves home here. Oh, and I just saw this. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the perfect finishing point. If you can see it, yes, there is a snake skin in my camper. All right. And, obviously something was nesting there as well. Haven't seen any indication of anything living other than when I bought it. I did have some hornets right here, or wasps. I killed those suckers right away. And this window is one of them that's not opening, so I've got to get it out, take it apart, and fix the turn right there so it'll open and close the window. But I think that's it. That's mostly the beginnings of it. A lot of cleaning and get the junk out. I think, believe it or not, the basic repairs will be relatively simple. My daughter, Alicia, said she would make an awning for me to go outside, connect to the sea rail, and put out a tent and pole awning like they had originally. Be very cool. Same thing with cushions for the table bed and the sofa bed in the back. Those can be made relatively easy. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, those will be later on. The main thing I wanted to do right now is get it roadworthy, get all the lights working, make sure the tires are safe, get the safety chains on it, and start camping. All right, cheers. We will see everybody later.